Hey everybody, Mrs. Norris here. So I wanted to walk you through the teacher end of the assignment that we're going to be giving our students, where we are going to have them create a digital portfolio that's going to be shown on open house. So I figured I would walk you through the steps, and then if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email and I'll be happy to help you out. So the first thing that I suggest that you do is that you preview the assignment itself. So if I click on the link here, it's going to take me to the assignment that I will be giving to my students. Now you can see that I've broken down each of the steps into 5 different steps. In the first part, it's going to show them how to create a Google Site page and how to write their reflection, which you can see underneath here. If there's anything that you want to change about it, that's fine, but I think keeping it consistent for all of the classes is probably the best idea. So they're going to introduce a little bit about themselves, and then they are going to talk about something that they learned in each of their classes. And also too, in the first portfolio, it's going to give them an example to kind of hopefully give them a bit of buy-in. If you want to click on that example as well, oops, not that, sorry. The example looks something like this. So again, they're going to have a reflection piece that they'll write about, and then they're going to be including 3 appropriate images that kind of reflect their year of virtual learning, 2 or 3, and then artifacts from each class. Now, in terms of the artifacts, that's something that right now, my understanding is Mr. Montanez is going to talk more about, but this is kind of the place where we're going to give them the space to share what they've been learning and kind of showcase what they're proud of. So there's something for each of their content areas. So in the first part, they're actually creating that page and then writing their reflection. In the second part, they're just adding in the sections. So it's pretty simple, that step 2. In part 3, I show them how to upload those artifacts to each section. In part 4, what I show them in part 4? Oh, how to change the banner so that the banner is the Hamilton My Year in Virtual Learning banner. And then in step 5, I'm going to share with them how to share this assignment with you. Okay, so that's each of the parts. If you go back to the teacher instructions, you can also find a playlist of all of the tutorials if you click on this button here. Okay, and that's all of those parts if you want to preview them, which I suggest that you do so that you're familiar with the steps as well. Okay, as your students are submitting to you their web pages, and I'll show you that in a minute also, what that would look like for you based on what was in their tutorial. You're going to add their names to this spreadsheet that I've got going here. Okay, so this spreadsheet, I will, when we get closer to open house, I will show you how to embed it into your open house homepage so that the students can find their name based on their history teacher and then click on the link to share their website with their family. So I think that this might be the easiest. It may change between now and when open house actually happens, but right now in this moment, it seems like the easiest way to do this. Okay, and I'll show you those steps. And then on open house, just as I've already said, you'll have an uploadable version of this spreadsheet that your students can use to access their site. Okay, and also look at their peers' sites and kind of see what their friends have been working on as well, or if they have siblings, their siblings' stuff will be there also. So let me show you what this looks like from your end when a student submits. So my test student has already submitted their website. So in SpeedGrader, you'll see that their site is here. So I have a preview version of the site. So this is coming from those tutorials. So this is what the students are going to be seeing when they create it with me in those tutorial videos. And then what you can do is you can view it in a new tab to kind of just check it out, make sure that it's appropriate, that they've not included anything that they shouldn't have, that they've got all of the pieces together, and then you can go back and kind of guide them if they need any more guidance. So then what you will do once it's just the way that you think is most appropriate for this task and for open house is you will copy the web address up at the top. So I just highlighted the whole thing, and then I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go to that spreadsheet and find my name, and I'm going to put their first and last name first. So I'm just going to use my stepson as an example. Norris, comma, Caleb. Okay. And then when I highlight it, I'm going to add a link. So insert. There we go. Insert link. And then I'm going to paste that web page so that now when I hover over his name, there's his site. Okay, so this is, I think right now, the easiest way to do this. Again, this might change later, but then what I will do is, again, either give you an embeddable version of this spreadsheet or like a PDF version of this spreadsheet that you can embed on your homepage, and then the students can find their name. If you want to just take out yours and embed it that way, whatever is easiest for you for your students on your homepage. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, I definitely suggest that you preview the student directions, that you watch that playlist of tutorials so that you're familiar as well. If you see any hiccups or anything that you think might be made easier, let me know for future reference. I'm not going to redo any of the tutorials, but at least it will be helpful for me for in the future. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know.